What's up, guys? Today I'm gonna play Fortnite. And I just woke. I didn't woke up, guys. I just left school early. Oh wait, that's my birthday. I was gonna be flirty. Well, guys, well, my cousin said challenge him to a 1v1 in a murder mystery, but sheriff version. I'm excited for the Fortnite event.
Ever since I was a G, I've been legit. Oh no, you should let it go. She wanna. Ever since I was a G, I've been legit.
That's when you turn him.
About to catch another fight? Yeah.
Ever since I was a G, I've been legit. Oh no, you should let it go.
Dance for me, dance for me, dance for me.
I need that. No, wait. I found something.
No, go over there.
Dance for me, dance for me, dance for me. Love you, Mom. Bye. I'm gonna change one of my emotes, guys. I actually like that emote now. Ah, I forgot to plug it back in. And guys, last time my iPad died, so yeah, I couldn't record, so I had to play on my mom's iPad, and I couldn't record, so yeah. I'm sorry. I did record. No, so this is a part 2. And that one was like in an hour, I think. Wait, I can't do it. I think when I was playing with Adrian, I was like this, and then I think that's how. Oh. Well, I think someone's crown got stolen. Bro, and I also headed for Scorpion's Mythic. So yeah. And guys, I can do this without no shields. I promise you that. Last time when I was playing with Adrian, is one of my in YouTube. Guess what? I killed that boss. Wait, I could drive there. Come on. Bro. Oh my god. I think my game crashed. No. You better not crash. If my game just crashed, I will crash out. I just got that from my cousin. If I freaking lose that crown, I will be angry. Oh my god. I think I just lost that crown. Bro. Oh my god. Now they get the crown again. I freaking hate this game because it just crashed on me when I was trying to freaking drive through there. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, I hate this game. I freaking hate this game. I freaking hate this game because I just freaking lost that freaking crown. Oh my god, I just earned that with my freaking cousin. Now I just freaking lost it. Guys, I'm angry. Now I'm going super try hard next game because I just freaking lost that freaking crown I just got with my freaking cousin. My game, I hate this game. Oh my freaking god, I hate this game. I've just freaking got that crown with my cousin and now I just lost it again. Oh. Get out of the living room. Go to the dining room.
No.
Get out! I'm recording. Oh my.
So? I don't give a damn.
It's my
What?
it's my part 2 of this.
Okay, I don't give a damn. Go over there
And-
then.
No, I was here first, so you were here last.
Okay, shut up.
Get out!
No, you can't tell me what to do.
Ugly,
You're fat.
ugly,
All you say is ugly. Shut
ugly,
up.
ugly.
See, that's all you
ugly.
say.
Nana, you are such a stupid, ugly moron. Ugly. Dog. This is why I have an annoying sister.
Guys, today.
Like, this is why I hate this freaking sister.
I'd like a salad, please.
Okay. What kind of bread?
No, a salad?
Right. What kind of bread?
None. A salad.
Right. What kind of bread option?
A salad! I said a salad!
What kind of bread? Hope you don't mind, but could you tell me where the hell is the book? You deserve a better burger. The Sonic Smasher. Live free.
Oh no.
For the first
Wait.
time, two iconic brands are united in overcoming pain. Motrin Target's pain.
Oh no. No! Stop! Nana! I'm family friendly! And you keep on putting ones with bad words in it!
Don't give a damn.
That's also a bad word.
You literally yelling at me. How's that family friendly?
You're one who's keep on putting with wrong words in there. That's why I'm getting angry.
You're not even family friendly. Shut up.
Now I'm not even chill now. I will punch you in your sleep now because of that. I'll actually punch you in your sleep. I will punch you in your sleep if you don't turn that off. 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm gonna turn it down, or I'm gonna put you in your sleep in 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna put you in your sleep now. Wait. Oh, that's what I was missing. This is my good emote. I have a bad word emo. What the hell?
See? You're not family. You just said hell.
Well, hell's not a bad word. Come on. Okay, it's a bad word. I'm not gonna say that now. I freaking didn't even know that, guys. Sorry. I'm trying to do my email. That's why I love that emote. Wait, I can get the launcher right here. And then I can go over there. Genius. Bro, I'm a genius. Oh my god, I was recording. Oh my god. You're lucky. I have to reload. And I learned that on YouTube, guys. And you know, there's a YouTuber, I don't even know his name, but that's how I learned. Plus, I think it was the one that was true or false, the one. And plus, I got this scorpion car. I was so close to winning! Oh my. Bro, if I get the wolf one, so it will still the scorpion. How would I get both? I know the wolf guy will spawn there, but no way scorpion's gonna land there. I might go there. Oh my god. I should have used my sniper to see is he still there. Oh my god, wait, did you notice that? Wait. I don't see that, but if I, boom, it's there. Not there, there. Not there, there. Not there, there. Not there, here. What? And the details. Come on, man. Please. I'm landing there with no shields at all. Okay, maybe I will get some shields, okay? But I'm also gonna use that glitch. I just noticed that. Oh my. There's a tunnel right there. Wait. Let's see a legendary. It's a legendary check. Oh, man. Yeah, use that glitch, guys. And that's overpowered. Overpowered. I should use it again. Oh my god. And I actually worked hard for that. Oh no. Ow. Okay, wait for it, and then now go. Okay, wait here again, and then go. Oh my god. I got a freaking crown. I got my freaking crown back. Oh my god. Okay, then run. lost that freaking crown. Oh my god. Well, I hope this guy wins. Okay, I hope he dies. Yeah! Butt crack. Oh my freaking god. I just got that and then now he died. Oh my god. Guys, I actually hate this. I just lost my freaking crown and I'm not even winning. I'm actually releasing all my anger in this game. If they're not dancing and they're just shooting, that means they're bots, guys. Like that guy, he's bot. That guy's a bot, I think. Wait. Wait, please, hug. Oh my god, I just made a friend. Bro, I don't even see this person. I'm gonna do it. Actually, no. Over there. It worked like twice. So I bet it works on every one of them. Like that one, and that one. No, wait, I think there's only 2 spots. No, wait, one right there, one right here. I don't even know. I think there's only 3 spots. Okay, it doesn't work on the bridge, guys. But I think it does work. Wait, is he stuck? I'm such an idiot. No, I'm an idiot. I just killed my freaking self. Oh my. Okay, I'm sorry. Guys, I'm sorry if I'm being mean. I'm just getting frustrated when I lost my freaking crown. Plus, it's hot in here. I freaking forgot my cord is not long enough. Where's the... Wait, what's it? Oh my god! I just made a friend. Oh my god. Wait, what I... Oh my god, why did I do that? Guys, I'm an idiot. I thought I was going for a scorpion until, yeah, I went the wrong way. Where's the closest? That's close. Okay, land there. Wait, this is closer. I could get this guy's mythic. Okay, Midas. Oh no. Holy Scooby-Doo! I was... Oh my freaking god. Sorry guys. Die. Just kidding. Who? I could do the freaking glitch, guys, because so was already there and ring the bell. Well, I know it's gonna be over here or here. I bet one of I think one of the scorpion guys will be here. Not even here. It's gonna be only right here. I think it's gonna be this one, guys. Death Star. And I was right. It was right here. Guys, I'm gonna land here again. Because guess what? I'm gonna try and get the sniper
Ostriches make the biggest eggs in the world. To see what would happen if I cracked one at the bottom of the ocean. First, I got my ostrich egg, then I went to the bottom of the ocean. It's about 45 feet deep here. I checked to see if it would float back up, and it sank like a rock. When I tried to crack it, I realized my knife wasn't heavy enough. So I went back to the surface for a breath, and this random NPC started talking to me. Anyways, I went back down and I cracked it on a rock on the ocean floor. As I pull it apart, you can see the clear part of the egg slowly leaking out. I wanted to make sure the egg all stayed together, so I slowly peeled away the pieces until I was able to scoop the whole thing out. Okay, I got it. Now I have this absolutely massive egg. Look at me and my egg friend. It attracted the attention of a turtle swimming by, and it scared the crap out of me. I was running out of breath, so I went up to the surface. I brought my egg friend with me, but unfortunately I lost the clear part. I thought it would be cool to put the egg in a bubble ring. Unfortunately, it immediately exploded. I'm gonna try this again, and next time I won't run out of breath. Okay, that's all the stuff we saw. Bye.
After the second round, when me and Rebecca played, then you could have to go, because the second round, Rebecca's gonna have to go, and after that round, you could have to go.
Hi. Ostriches make...
The girl was about to start running, but she was tapped on the shoulder. She didn't see the man. The girl chased after the others. Soon, she overtook all her opponents. Just as the girl about to reach the finish line, she couldn't move forward because the man held onto her clothes. Seeing this eerie scene, even the referee was stunned. It wasn't until Annie crossed the finish line that the man let go. In this way, Annie won the race. This made the girl in blue very sad. Turned out that the man was a ghost. Only Annie could see him. In order to win the sports meet, Annie asked her ghost friend for help. The next event was high jump. The girl easily cleared the bar, but the man gently pushed it. The girl failed. She even complained to the referee, but it was useless. When Annie ran and leaped with all her might, the man gave her a push. The girl succeeded and was satisfied with her ghost friend. The third event was long jump. The man stood directly in the sand pit, blocking the girl who was jumping. The girl only managed to jump 10 centimeters. It was Anna's turn to jump. The man lifted her up and let her glide through the air. Annie broke the world record. She jumped 10 meters. In this way, Annie won again. The girl in blue was furious. The last event was shot put. The man reached out and blocked. The girl's shot put instantly dropped, only 1 meter away. When Annie threw the shot put, the ghost man caught it. Then he ran forward and threw it with all his might. The shot put flew straight onto the stands. Finally, Annie became the champion. The next day in class, the man came to find Annie. Seeing such a fierce teacher, the two were very angry. So Annie threw a chalk at the female teacher. The teacher turned her head, but she saw nothing. She continued the class, but another chalk hit her on the head. Now the teacher was angry. She suddenly turned and just happened to spot the girl raising her hand. Annie was embarrassed. The teacher called her to the podium. She herself then stood at Annie's position with a box of chalk. Annie had to ask her ghost friend for help. When the teacher threw the chalk, the man knocked it down. The teacher was stunned, but she couldn't see the ghost man. The teacher was furious. She began to throw chalk frantically. The man blocked them all. In the teacher's eyes, there seemed to be an invisible wall in front of Annie. At this moment, the principal walked in. He asked what was going on. All the students pointed the finger at the teacher. Finally, the principal fired the teacher. So comes the question. Would you want a ghost for...
Mom, all the Swifties are getting...
So I was in the pregame lobby when this guy came up and started dancing in front of me. I like this guy. Oh, bro, you just gave me a crown! And after he gave me his crown, I knew I had to get a win in honor of him. But what I didn't know is there was another streamer in my lobby.
The medallion's over here.
And after I eliminated this guy, he tried to pull up on me.
I knew he was gonna get into the car, bro.
And after I drove away so that I could heal up, he chased me, but this time I was ready.
That's him with the medallion right there. just got instantly kaputted.
And after eliminating him and pretty much the rest of the lobby, I had to clutch up to get this win. But there was a problem because there was only 5 people left in the game and this happened. Oh my god, bro. 2 HP and a dream, bro. So now I had to clutch this game on 2 HP with 2 players left. And after putting some pretty good beams on this guy, he went over and got eliminated by the other guy. So then I decided to start making some moves. And once I found him on the low ground, I knew that this was going to be a good ending for me. But then he started shockwaving away and I started to get worried because I was only on 2 HP. And then this happened. Oh, let's go. Let's go!
I'm using the restroom.
An eerie shadow appeared high in the sky. Finn took a closer look. A shark was actually flying among the clouds. He was instantly freaked out. How could there possibly be a shark at this altitude? Finn thought he was hallucinating. He rubbed his eyes, then looked out the window again. Suddenly a shark landed right on the airplane wing. Finn realized how serious the situation was and quickly shouted for help. A flight attendant and a cop rushed over to check. When Finn said there was a shark outside, they almost took him for a crazy person. But soon other passengers also noticed something strange. At that moment, hundreds of sharks had already surrounded the plane. Just as everyone was panicking, a shark slammed straight into the engine. The plane instantly lost balance. Then countless sharks swarmed the cockpit, battering the aircraft alongside. The plane's side was ripped open in seconds, and passengers without seatbelts were immediately sucked out by the powerful airflow. The flight attendant was still trying to comfort the passengers, but in the next second, a shark flew directly towards her. She was instantly done for. Meanwhile, the co-pilot had already been dragged out of the cockpit by a shark left dangling helplessly outside the plane. The captain quickly got up to rescue him, but suddenly the cabin pressure went wild and both were instantly blown away. By now, the plane had completely lost control. Finn stared at the wide-open cockpit door and fought through the strong wind stepping into the cockpit. He grabbed the radio and called for help. With some flying experience, Finn took control of the stick, using all his strength to stabilize the plane. Finn's ex-wife April was worried about his safety and followed him toward the Suddenly. The cabin door was ripped off, but luckily, April grabbed onto the handle and managed not to get sucked out. A shark was closing in on April. The cop threw his gun to her. As she tried to shoot the shark, her arm was bitten off and taken by the beast. Fortunately, she survived the attack. Back in the cockpit, Finn grasped the controls tightly, pushed downward with all his might, and finally stabilized the plane at the last second. In a blaze of sparks, the plane safely crash-landed on the runway. Thanks to Finn's bravery, all the remaining passengers were unharmed. Afterward, Finn and the injured April were rushed to the hospital. Having just survived a mid-air shark attack, Finn realized a much deadlier Sharknado was heading straight for New York. He immediately called his sister Ellen, warning her and her family to evacuate the city and head for higher ground. Later, as he spoke to reporters, he warned everyone that a disaster was coming. But clearly no one believed a word he said. Finn's sister Ellen and her daughter Maura were on a boat admiring the Statue of Liberty. Suddenly a shark leapt out of the water and clamped down on a tourist's head. Seeing this, Ellen quickly pulled out a stun baton and zapped the shark with a jolt of electricity. The powerful current instantly fried the shark. Their poor friend was already beyond saving. At the same time, news reports announced that a rare Sharknado had formed at the edge of the city, bringing countless sharks hurtling toward New York at incredible speed. Seeing the broadcast, Finn rushed toward Citi Field because Ellen's husband Martin and their son Vaughn were watching a baseball game there. When Finn arrived, he urged them to escape immediately, but no one took him seriously. It wasn't until the terrifying Sharknado appeared that people finally realized how bad things really were. The stadium erupted into chaos. Everyone scrambled in panic. A young girl froze in fear. To protect her, a former baseball star grabbed a bat and smashed a flying shark 400 feet away with a single swing. Under Finn's lead, the crowd rushed into the subway station. Just when they thought they were safe, disaster struck again. No one expected sharks to come flooding in along with seawater. One unlucky passenger couldn't dodge in time and became dinner for a shark. No one could believe they were now fighting sharks in the subway. Finn quickly called for everyone to run forward. To buy them some time, Finn took on a shark head-to-head. He grabbed a baseball bat and jammed it into the shark's massive jaws, but the shark's teeth were too sharp, and the bat snapped instantly. In a desperate move, Finn grabbed the broken bat and stabbed the shark straight through, taking it down. After the crisis ended, Finn grew even more worried about Ellen and Mora's safety. Just as he was about to leave, someone pointed behind him. Finn turned around and saw a small shark clamped onto his side. Without hesitation, he yanked it off and tossed it aside. The group made it back to the surface and hopped into a taxi. By now, the city looked like a living hell. People were running for their lives in all directions. One moment, a man was holding up a cardboard sign. The next moment, he was shark food. Another man ignored others' warning and ran back to grab a fallen suitcase, only to be crushed by the collapsing Statue of Liberty. Meanwhile, the news kept broadcasting weather updates, urging everyone to evacuate immediately. But Finn, desperate to find Ellen and Mora, told the group to gather any weapons they could find to fight the sharks. Finn headed to a pizza shop to ask an old friend for supplies. Just then, a shark crashed through the ceiling, but luckily, his friend reacted quickly. Together, they took down the shark, then reformed themselves and the top of the Empire State Building. As the ground gave way, the entire city was suddenly flooded by seawater. Finn's taxi stalled, with countless sharks swimming all around him. In a split-second decision, Finn climbed onto the roof of the taxi, used the sharks as stepping stones, and leapt to safety. Meanwhile, the Sharknado kept raging on, tearing apart buildings in its path. Just when it seemed like things couldn't get any worse, the TV news delivered an even more horrifying update. 2 Sharknadoes were about to merge. This was definitely a scene like nothing you had ever seen before. Countless sharks rained down from the sky. Terrified crowds on the ground scattered in all directions. The falling sharks started attacking people everywhere. Even the TV station that was broadcasting live wasn't spared to stop the disaster. Finn and his crew headed to the rooftop of the Empire State Building. He planned to use a Freon explosion to create a shockwave that would force the Sharknado to change direction. But how to get the Freon inside was a big problem. Finn's friend Sky suggested they build a makeshift slingshot. Finn quickly strapped the Freon canister, lit it, and fired it toward the Sharknado. However, the blast barely made a dent in the raging storm. Refusing to give up, Finn strapped 2 Freon tanks together. Just as he was about to launch, a shark came flying straight at them. Sky swiftly drew her sword and sliced the shark clean in half. With another explosion of Freon, the Sharknado finally started to weaken. Massive numbers of sharks were blown apart, falling to the ground like flaming meteors. Seeing that the crisis wasn't over yet, Finn grabbed Sky and rushed back into the building. But the power system had been destroyed. They had no choice but to take the stairs. Then they ran into Ellen and her family, who had come looking for Finn. Suddenly, a flaming shark burst into the hallway. Everyone turned and bolted downstairs. Another shark blocked their path, and in the critical moment, Finn ripped a fire axe off the wall and took the shark down with a single blow. He then hacked open the door lock, making sure everyone escaped safely. Before leaving, he turned back and killed another shark that leaped out from the flooded stairwell. Soon Finn found the mayor. The mayor begged Finn to step up and save the city for the safety of his family. Finn agreed without hesitation. While Finn was delivering a rousing speech, a shark came flying straight at him. Without even flinching, Finn coolly revved up his chainsaw and sliced the shark clean in half midair. The crowd went absolutely wild, cheering Finn as their savior. With the hopes of an entire city on his shoulders, Finn returned to the rooftop. He planned to use a freezing agent to shut down the Sharknado for good, but at the last second, the power cables snapped. Without thinking, Finn used his own body as a conductor to detonate the freezing agent. The Sharknado immediately lost its strength, splintered apart, and sharks began crashing down to the ground. People on the streets grabbed whatever weapons they could find and unleashed their fury on the falling sharks. Even while flying through the air, Finn stayed busy. He grabbed a chainsaw, sliced a shark into pieces in midair, and caught hold of a rope to swing onto another massive shark. Using the giant shark as his ride, he made a perfect landing on the tower's top. Finn returned to the ground, safely hailed as the hero who saved the world. He once again proposed to April, and this time she happily accepted. After all, who could ever say no to a hero like him?
Old Spice Rider's long-lasting freshness So first thing some slacking. You're working hard. How do you smell so bad?
The girl had just stepped out of the water when she suddenly noticed her legs covered in blood. Confused and frightened, she turned around only to see everyone else screaming and racing towards shore. Their legs too were stained, a horrifying red, and the lake near the shore had completely turned to blood. Something terrifying was lurking beneath the surface. A boy was just a moment too slow, and in an instant, a powerful force dragged him underwater. It turned out the lake was infested with mutated flesh-eating lampreys. These creatures didn't just live in the lake. They began appearing everywhere around town, even swimming up pipes into pools and people's houses. Just days earlier, a city worker named Ted had been inspecting the drainage pipes. He noticed a lamprey swimming in the water and immediately bent down and grabbed it. Just then he answered a call from his wife, but as soon as he hung up, the lamprey suddenly bit hard into his arm. Ted desperately struggled, eventually ripping it off, but then even larger lampreys surged toward him from the water. Terrified, Ted collapsed to the ground as several lampreys latched onto his body. An especially large one leaped onto his head, and with a series of horrifying screams, Ted was dragged helplessly into the water. Meanwhile, by a nearby creek, an elderly man was peacefully sitting with his dog. Suddenly, lampreys attacked again. One jumped right out of the water and latched onto the old man's eyeball. His dog panicked, barking wildly and running away in fear, watching helplessly as his owner was pulled beneath the water's surface. These bizarre incidents quickly drew injuring more tourists, but Mayor Ackerman missed in the lake, completely unaware of the surface. Instantly, lampreys beneath the waves. Nicole quickly called her father Michael to tell him what happened. Norman, Richie relaxed on a boat, even cracking open a beer, planning to enjoy his afternoon. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a lamprey jumped from the water and bit deep into Richie's arm. He toppled into the lake, struggled briefly, then went completely still. By the time Michael and Will arrived, all they saw was Richie's overturned boat surrounded by blood. They tried flipping the boat over to see if Richie was trapped underneath, but suddenly a lamprey lunged at Will. Michael rushed over to help, but the vicious lamprey had already sunk its teeth deep into Will's arm. Michael quickly pulled a knife from his pocket and finally managed to pry the creature off. Just then, Will got a call from a colleague. Richie's body had been found downstream and taken to the morgue. Michael and Will immediately raced to the morgue, calling the coroner along the way, urgently instructing him not to begin the autopsy until they arrived, but their warning came too late. While still on the phone, the coroner noticed Richie's body twitching. Horrifyingly, a lamprey burst right out of Richie's stomach and attacked him. The coroner fought desperately, but there wasn't just one lamprey inside Richie. More began spilling out, overwhelming him. Unable to escape, the coroner was quickly killed. Hearing his screams, Michael sensed the worst and rushed inside to find the coroner already dead. Saw lampreys slithering away through the drains, heading straight into the town's water pipes. Michael realized with dread, if the lampreys entered people's houses through the plumbing, it would be a disaster. Understanding how dangerous the situation had become, Michael immediately called Mayor Ackerman to the morgue. When Ackerman arrived and witnessed the horrifying scene, even he was shocked. But despite seeing the carnage firsthand, he still refused Michael's urgent request to shut down all water activity and the town's water supply. Ackerman insisted the lampreys couldn't possibly be that dangerous, and his bigger fear was losing tourist money. Frustrated and disgusted by Ackerman's greed and stubbornness, Michael knew he had to warn residents another way, so he contacted the local TV station and broadcast a live warning, urging everyone to stay away from water sources. When Mayor Ackerman saw Michael on TV, he flew into a rage. Ackerman immediately drove over, furiously confronted Michael, yelled at him publicly, and fired him on the spot. However, Ackerman never imagined his karma would arrive so quickly. As soon as he returned to office, he rushed straight to the bathroom, but he had no idea lampreys had already crawled up through the plumbing and into his toilet. Suddenly, Ackerman felt a sharp pain. By the time he tried to escape, it was already too late. He ended up dying right there in the bathroom. Meanwhile, Michael's young neighbor Ellen stepped into her pool ready for a swim, but the moment she dove underwater, lampreys attacked her viciously. Moments later, Michael's daughter Nicole arrived at the pool with her boyfriend Alex. Just as they were getting comfortable, they suddenly saw Ellen's lifeless body floating nearby. In a horrifying sight, a lamprey crawled right out of Ellen's mouth. Terrified, Nicole and Alex quickly his wife Kate rushed over. The three hurried back to their house, desperate to escape. But they didn't know Michael's son Kyle was already in trouble inside. Dozens of lampreys had poured through their house's water pipes, flooding the toilet bowl until it overflowed with squirming fixtures. The creatures formed an unstoppable army. They attacked the townspeople mercilessly, throwing the entire community into chaos. Seeing that the situation had spiraled completely out of control, Michael raced back home with his colleagues, hoping to rescue his family and leave town immediately.
Bloodbath.
Unfortunately, their route home was completely covered by countless lampreys.
When the woman swam in the water, everyone was scared by the scene in front of them and climbed ashore, but she didn't know it herself, and when she noticed, the blood behind her had dyed the whole pool red. Only then did she find that her original flat stomach had grown strangely, and even her hair began to fall off madly, but she didn't know that strange things were about to happen. She went to the hospital with her boyfriend to check, and the doctor noticed something was wrong after a few seconds of examination. Looking at the panic of the doctor, she had a bad...
Marcy, driving in front, froze in panic. Instead of speeding through, she just sat helplessly in her car, unable to move. Within moments, lampreys swarmed Marcy's vehicle. When Michael and Will finally caught up, her car was already completely engulfed by the creatures. Surrounded by so many lampreys, Michael and Will were powerless to help. They watched helplessly as Marcy was eaten alive. Seeing this horrific scene, Michael and Will didn't dare stop even for a second. They slammed on the gas-crushing lampreys under their tires as they sped away. Meanwhile, back at home, the moment Nicole and her mom, Kate, arrived safely, Nicole's boyfriend, Alex, decided he needed to check on his own family. But right after Nicole shouted for her daughter to run, but Nicole refused to abandon her mother. She grabbed a toilet plunger and began beating...
Mom! Come in.
Okay, thank you.